If you have a Facebook account, then at one point or another, you've probably found yourself in the following situation. You're typing your status update, you're all set to post it, and then common sense kicks in and you realize that posting it would be a huge mistake. Maybe it's too personal or controversial, but for whatever reason, you delete it, feeling a sense of relief that no one will ever be able to see those words. But what if that's really not the case? You see, Facebook calls your unposted thoughts self-censorship, and it's a behavior that the social media site wants to discourage. The company wants you to post anything and everything you're thinking when you're thinking it. That's why two Facebook-backed researchers decided to examine the frequency at which users filter what they type. How do they do this? Well, according to the study, Facebook sends a code to your browser. That code automatically tracks what you type into any text box and then reports that information back to the website. Now, the researchers say they only sent back metadata that shows whether a user had self-censored, not what that user had typed. But that doesn't mean that Facebook can't read what you don't post. In fact, the study proves that the company certainly has the technological ability to read that information. And it's a notion that's not sitting well with some Facebook users. In an online petition, 28,000 people so far have called on the social network to, quote, stop stalking our unposted thoughts. In response to the petition, a company spokesperson denied the allegations, telling Mashable that Facebook does not collect or track any content that people have chosen not to post. But that's not an easy sell, coming from the same company that's under fire for another privacy complaint. You see, just before the new year, Facebook was slapped with a class action privacy lawsuit. The lawsuit claims that the social network is scanning users' private messages in order to profit from their data. In other words, if you send a private message that includes a link to another website, Facebook will then register your private post as a like for that company. And that means that your private communications all of a sudden become public. But the main problem, the suit argues, is that Facebook has been misrepresenting the privacy measures around personal messaging. The suit says Facebook mines any and all transmissions across its network, including those it labels private, in order to gain any and all morsels of information it can about its users. The social media site will likely argue that there's a difference between having its computer scan your messages versus having a human read them. And interestingly, that's not an argument we haven't heard before. In recent months, the NSA has come to a similar defense regarding the agency's bulk collection of the public's metadata. So in an era where Americans are forced to reevaluate their perspective on the NSA, it seems like many of them will also have to reevaluate their perspective on social media. In Washington, Amira David, RT.